In the previous episode of Iceberg, I went over how to implement private methods inside of a GameMaker object. Now, I want to implement those private methods inside of constructor objects. While the implementation is nearly the same, I want to use this video as an excuse to talk about today's topic, which is here, I have two inventory definitions. On the left is an inventory that uses GameMaker objects, and on the right is an inventory that uses constructor objects. Which inventory type you decide to use will be largely dependent on your project and the desired implementation. However, for this video, I'm going to implement private methods in both of these to demonstrate the differences between GameMaker objects and constructor objects. So if you watched our last episode on how to implement private methods in GameMaker objects, then the left is going to be very familiar. Let's start by implementing a couple private members. I'm going to give each inventory a width and a height. I can go ahead and do this in the constructor object as well. Now let's go ahead and declare some public methods. On the left, in our GameMaker object, we would declare them simply by saying getWidth and getHeight. Now, in our constructor object, we actually have access to one of GameMaker's keywords, which is the static keyword. So when I define methods in a constructor object, I like to use the static declaration of methods. Static get width static get height. Now, if you are unfamiliar with the static keyword in GameMaker, I recommend taking a moment to look at the GameMaker documentation and familiarizing yourself with as much as possible. This provides a few benefits that we won't get into in this video, but generally the rule of thumb is that I like to declare as many static variables inside of constructor objects as possible. I would declare variables inside of GameMaker objects as static if possible, but that is not currently supported with the language features. So essentially we have two identical implementations. In the constructor object, we're going to use the static keyword when we can to declare our static methods. And on the left, in our GameMaker objects, we're just going to declare those as generic public methods. But now I want to go into declaring private methods. Let's say I had a method that I wanted to call to get the area, but I wanted this to only be internal to the inventory system. So I would create a private method. I would say getWidth is method of self, and I would return the width times the height. Now we could do this exact same thing inside of our constructor inventory. You could say getWidth, this method of self, return width times height. And this is totally fine. Both of these implementations would work as expected. But as I just mentioned, I really like to use the static keyword since it is available inside of constructor objects. By that logic, I should theoretically just be able to put static getWidth equals method of self. What happens if I run this project though? In this case, we can see that we get an error. On line 26 of our constructor inventory, local variable self is not set before reading it. We can see that this self is referring to our self snapshot that we grab for our method binding. So we can see that this variable is not declared. And then so when we try to bind a method to it, GameMaker crashes. But the question here is, well, why is it crashing? I am declaring variable self at the top, and we don't have any issues with our inventory GameMaker object. And this has to do with what is known as static variable hoisting. Static variables don't actually declare in the order that we type them. So even though I put static down here, after we declare our other methods, we declare variable self as self, we declare our private struct, it doesn't actually matter that we put static of getWidth down here. All of the static variables, including our methods, get pushed to the top of the constructor object, and these all get registered first. So before anything else runs, every static variable inside of a function or constructor gets processed first. It gets hoisted to the top of the processing chain. So by trying to bind our method to self actually hasn't been declared yet. So let me go ahead and return this back to how we started, and I will comment out this method for now. So just for experimentation's sake, let me go ahead and move these static variables all the way to the bottom. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a breakpoint here and run this in debug mode. Now you would expect that the first line of code to execute would be var self equals self, since it is the first line of code inside of our class. However, if I keep stepping through it, we can see that get width and then get height, those method declarations actually are processed first, and then var self is declared, then our private struct, and then our members inside of our private struct. So even though these static methods are declared at the bottom of the class, they are quite literally hoisted to the top of the class. I could do the same thing with a static variable that is a non-method. I could say instance of is instance of self. And again, if I run this in debug mode, we can see that the first thing that executes is static instance of is instance of self. So the order of the static methods matters because we can see that ordering is processed sequentially. However, as I mentioned, we process all of our static members and methods first before we declare any of our non-static members. So what does this have to do with private methods? In our previous video, we talked about the importance of method binding to define our methods with the appropriate scope. Additionally, I want to also be able to add static keywords to our methods. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to marry everything that we did in our previous video with our GameMaker objects about defining private methods, but add the static keyword to it so that we can get the static functionality while also preserving private method functionality. So here's how we're going to do this. We are going to add the static keyword here, but I'm not going to declare the method binding. Why is that? Because this gets hoisted to the top of the class. So by default, it's going to declare the method in the same scope as our public methods. And remember, we declare our method binding explicitly to get our private methods to execute in the same scope as our public methods. So because we use the static keyword here, and because this gets hoisted, we actually don't have to worry about any sort of method binding. I also just noticed, I'm going to make this adjustment. This is supposed to be get area. I don't know why I said get width. Because we're using the static keyword, we don't have to declare our method binding. This gets hoisted to the top of the class definition. It gets declared up there in the public scope, and then we move on to the rest of the class definition. Now, the other problem that this introduces is that because it gets declared in the public scope and is hoisted to the top, this private struct doesn't actually have any awareness of this get area method. So again, if I put a breakpoint here and run it in the debug mode and step through it, we can see that all of our static methods get declared, even the one inside of our private struct. Then the rest of our inventory class executes. If I go ahead and take a look at the debug inspector over here on the left side and take a look at our inventory class, we can see that the private struct has been declared. But if I open it up, I can see that I only have a width and height member. So even though I've declared this static method here in the private struct, it doesn't run in the private struct for the same reasons that we don't have to do the method binding. So this is the next thing we're going to do. We are going to bake in the double underscore into the static method. Here's the reason why we do this. We've already established that the method gets declared in the public scope. We've also established that the private struct has no awareness of this method. So what I want to do is I want to hide this method here inside of the private struct so that when I collapse everything, I still don't have to look at it. I'm still preserving that visibility principle. And I can see that because it has a double underscore, the same way that calling private of get area, now we have two nearly identical implementations here. So we accomplish a couple things by doing this. We are able to encapsulate our private method inside of the private struct. We are able to tuck it away and hide it so that it is not cluttering up things that we want to see when we first open an object. We are also able to add the double underscore as an identifier to signify that it is indeed a private method, and we still get the static functionality here. So like I said at the very beginning, ultimately, if you wanted to, we could just leave our methods declared in this way. The same way that we declare private methods inside of GameMaker objects, we could declare these private methods inside of constructor objects, but we lose that static keyword functionality. So if you wish to preserve your methods inside of your constructor objects with the static keyword, then we have to do it this way. I gave a tldr at the end of the last video. I'll give it here. If you want to use this system but don't understand what the hell is going on here, all you have to do is if you're declaring a private method inside of a constructor object, add the static keyword and bake in the double underscore into the name. Then when you go and invoke it, don't call double underscore dot get get area. Instead, you're just going to call _get area, and that is going to be your private method. Okay, that is it for today's video. This is an extremely odd and weird topic, and I understand some people are going to look at this and think that there is no value, but I promise you that establishing consistent and clearly legible programming standards and conventions inside of your projects is going to reward dividends. I have more fun and interesting topics coming out very soon. We just have to get through the final bits of the foundation before we can get there. We're almost there. I will see you guys in the next video.